Hi, this is Catherine Wright with the Wright team at Remax Professionals. We're located in Lawton, Oklahoma. This is the 5 steps to purchasing your home. Step number 1, you need to figure out what kind of financing you're going to use. So it's either going to be an FHA, which is going to usually, it's about 3% down or so. The second one is a VA. That's for people who have done military service. And that one has 0 down, but it does have a fee that's actually financed inside of the purchase price, or inside of the principal balance. Or you can do a conventional. Now, if you're living in the home, conventional could be as low as 5% down. If you're not living in the home, if it's an investment, then it's probably going to be 20% down. Or you could pay with cash. Now, with cash means you have money in the bank, so you'll have to show proof that you have the money in the bank. Each of those types has standards that you have to have for the house. So with cash, you can buy any type of house. A conventional insured loan, you can buy a house that is insurable. Conventional uninsured, it has to, it's more open, but the terms are not usually as good. The other two, they have to be full market value. That's the reason that we need to do that first. So step number 1, figure out your financing, because we're going to match the house to the financing. So step number 2, you find a realtor. You need to have a meeting with the realtor when you're going to be talking to them about your goals in the house, the timing for when you want to be inside the house or when you want to have a renter inside the house, and the standard that you have, as well as what kind of financing you're using. That realtor should be able to help you to match the house that you need, and you should look at 10 to 20 houses with them before you find your top 3. And you need to do next step number 3, put an offer on the house. The offer process is usually paperwork. A lot of times you can use DocuSign, which means that you can sign it with your email. But there's going to be 2 types of paperwork. One is going to be the agreement that you have with the seller, and the other one is going to be all the disclosures. And those are just the ones that the realtor is required to disclose to you, a bunch of information. When you get those terms and the buyer and the seller are in agreement, then you have a contract. So that brings us to step number 4. So step number 1, check your financing. Step number 2, get a realtor. Step number 3 was to make an offer on the house. Step number 4 is going to be do the contract, the closing process. The realtor is going to walk you through it. The first step is of the closing is going to be doing an inspection and getting your insurance and doing your getting your paperwork for your loan. Those things are important to do first, and then they're going to do title work and make sure that everything is good with the house, such as, like, they're also going to do a termite report. So all this stuff is going to happen during closing. So focus on working with your lender and your realtor to get all the way through closing. And then step number 5, go to closing. This one's pretty easy. You go to closing or send somebody who's your representative who you've signed documents allowing them to sign for you, and you're going to sign three types of documents at closing. It's going to be, one type is going to be reapplying for your loan. The other type is the settlement statement. That's going to show you where all the finances go for the process. And the third type is going to be all the disclosures. So most of the paperwork that you see is disclosures. It's not agreements. It's just saying, we need to make sure you know this information. We need to make sure that you're aware of this, because we have professional standards. And so that's why there's so much paperwork. After you've signed all the documents, you should get a copy of your key. And within a week or 2, your house will be recorded at the courthouse in your name. That's a very short explanation of how to buy a house. So step number 1 is figure out your finance. Step number 2, find a realtor. Step number 3, make an offer on the house. Step number 4 is close the contract on your house. And step number 5 is actually go to closing and get the keys. So pretty simple, but you have to step by step all the way through, and you want to work with a top-notch professional. If that's us, then give us a call at 580-713-3029. Have a good day, and this is Catherine Wright with the Wright team signing off.